So, hot. Any given weekend, we are back. We are here in the stew. This is Sunday right after the college football Sunday selection show, the playoffs.
Judgment Day.
With us today, we have first time on camera, the boys in the back. We have Sooner Z and Drew Pock with us.
Facts.
We're gonna talk about the conference championship games that were played Friday, Saturday, and then we're gonna talk about the college football playoffs that just got revealed to us. And then the only game that's going on this week is Army Navy, so we'll give a pick for that game. But yeah, this has been a crazy Sunday morning. How are you feeling, Nate?
Feeling good, bub. I mean, obviously Judgment Day brings a little juice to the college football world.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fan bases worried about if they're getting in or not. What do we want to start with?
Let's reveal the bracket that got revealed to us earlier today. So the first four buys, we have Indiana as the number 1 seed. They will be playing in the Rose Bowl. We have Ohio State as the number 2 seed playing in the Cotton Bowl. We have Georgia, the 3 seed, playing in the Sugar, and then Texas Tech, 4 seed, playing in the Orange Bowl. And then we have the 5 seed, Oregon, number 6, Ole Miss, number 7, Texas A&M, and number 8, Oklahoma. So they all get the first round home games in the playoffs. And then OU's taking on number 9, Alabama, which we'll discuss about that. Then we have Texas A&M playing number 10, Miami. Miami got in. We will get into that also because it was a very happy day for Drew Pock. And then Ole Miss is taking on number 11, Tulane. Didn't they play already this year?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a little rematch from the regular season. And then to finish it off, we have number 12, James Madison, playing Oregon. So 2 G5s got in. Let's talk about.
Do we want to recap the conference championship
games?
games?
That's what I was about to say. We can go on that. What were our picks from last week? I know I went 4-4, so I'm now 92 and 102 on my picks. I'm a little 10-game differential.
I don't have Microsoft Word pulled up on this computer.
I have your picks right here for you. Let's see. Great weekend of it was a great college football conference championship week, I thought.
Yeah.
It was some
the first 2 games were early blowouts, but then the last 2, the ACC and the Big Ten, came through with great games.
I went 4-4 on my card. You went 2-6. So your record was 121 and 41. So you are now 123 and 147. But both our locks hit. We had Georgia. So I'm now. Let's see. You are now 6-10 on your locks, and I am now 8-7. A complete Kurt Signetti turnaround on my locks.
Facts.
I want to say. But yeah, let's. You have any Friday games you want to talk about?
The Friday games were kind of. I mean, they were good, but they were a little bit. I guess
underwhelming.
Not as exciting because Tulane jumped out to an early lead against North Texas, and North Texas fought back, but didn't really make that a game. James Madison kind of took care of Troy, even though that was a closer game. Yeah. The Friday games, to me, weren't really all that all that
Exciting,
special.
yeah.
But the Saturday games, even though we started off with a blowout in BYU Texas Tech,
Which
and then
at first that first
the first
quarter,
drive
I was like,
BYU.
Wait a second. We're not going to talk about Kennesaw State.
That was
turnaround they
a
had?
crazy game.
Yeah, I was
I
going to
didn't
say
get to
pulled
watch
up the
that.
Score. Kennesaw State, who was a nobody, they are the Conference USA champion. They won 19-15. What a turnaround they've had.
yeah,
That-
this is what their second year in the NCAA.
Yeah,
Second or
they
third year?
just got added to the FBS. That was a crazy turnaround. Jackson State was up, or Kennesaw State was up like 10-0 going into the fourth quarter. Then they got a safety to go up 12-0, and then Jacksonville State battled back, made it a close game, and then Kennesaw State had a fourth quarter drive that ended up giving them the win. That was a good game on the Friday slate.
Amari Odom, quarterback for Kennesaw State, 26 for 32,
Fact.
246
Boy was
yards.
throwing it.
He made some big plays.
That was a big. I feel like Kennesaw State, when college football, the video game came out, that's where everybody started, right?
Yeah.
If
For
did
Dynasty?
if you did the either in Dynasty or if you did the like low 3-star route or whatnot, or if you just want to start
Road
right
to
away.
Glory.
That's where I had a quarterback in Road to Glory that I took to Kennesaw State.
Did you win the Conference USA championship?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
But still, what a turnaround for Kennesaw State.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of
big.
the worst programs in the entire country. The
Yeah.
turnaround was crazy.
And then I mean Saturday. Yeah, you had the BYU Texas Tech Big 12 game, which at first was good. Ended up being a blowout, which
Called that shit.
both the producers. Was that y'all's locks?
It was
Yeah.
mine.
They were both on Texas Tech.
My
pretty
lock
much.
was Virginia to cover, but I did have we had that
Y'all had that BYU.
we had the producer parlay.
Y'all were both on Texas
But I did
Tech.
say I am on record saying that I thought it would be close first half, and then Texas Tech would break away.
Yeah, which
That is true.
I hit
And
that
I
one.
said Texas Tech blew out everyone.
He did.
you
That
did.
is true.
End up like a blow.
You did. Right after that, we went into the Georgia Bama game, which that was. You want to talk about blowout? That was a
That was a beat down.
complete blowout.
It's,
Georgia took care of business.
yeah, it's shocking that even though we'll talk about the playoffs, that Alabama didn't drop a single spot, even though BYU dropped after losing, Virginia dropped after losing, Ohio State dropped after losing, and Alabama just stayed the exact same,
Yeah.
even getting beat by 21 points. That game was kind of underwhelming also. Alabama didn't score until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
It was
Ernie
the first-
Johnson
And
predicted
the
exact
only
thing.
reason they scored was because the ref ran into a player. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like the ref ran into a player. If that doesn't happen, they probably go scoreless.
Yeah, and it was the first SEC championship game in a minute to where like the team didn't score on like their first 6 possessions or something like that.
Yeah,
It was a
in the
crazy
first half.
stat. Yeah, they kind of got boat raced against Georgia.
That, and then you gotta give love to the MAC championship, which was Western Michigan, Miami, Ohio. I really didn't watch that much of that game, but I took Western Michigan -2.5. They took care of business,
They ran all over Miami.
ran all over them, and then the Duke Virginia game was very boring. I mean, I remember one time. I mean, it turned
was
it out to
bad,
be it was
but
bad
Until the last like 2
When-
minutes.
sending it to
Yeah.
overtime made it exciting.
It got exciting in the fourth quarter. It was
Yeah.
bad football, but it was still kind of exciting because you knew Duke could kind of just fuck it up at any second.
Yeah, Manny Diaz going Manny Diaz.
Which
Canes fans say.
Which Nate said earlier this year, Duke is the best worst team.
Yeah, I wanna point this out because it was like week 3 or 4 when they lost to Georgia Tech. I had them as a double lock, and I said that they were the greatest worst team of all time, and they ended up like kind of proving that out. They were an 8-5 conference
winning- yeah,
champion,
conference champion.
like literally the worst good team of all time. So I kind of hit that one on the nail on the head.
Did
that
you hear what
record
Manny
that-
said after the game when he was like talking to the guys in the locker room and stuff? He said, "There's not a team that has faced more adversity than you guys." just give us a shot in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
they tried arguing getting in the playoffs, which is just wild.
I
problem
was like,
with
I don't
that
know.
is the-
I don't know if playing UConn's adversity, but that you lost to. But hey, you did get a little bit of adversity, Manny.
that record is deceiving though at 8-5 because if you look at who they played, their losses are all against like
Teams
teams
they
that are
should've
like 8-4 or 9-3
Yeah.
or
They
better.
lost to Tulane.
They lost to
Yeah, no,
Tulane.
The
they lost
UConn
to-
loss
but, like,
is the tough one.
That's the tough one. But for the most part, all their losses are to decent football teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with
Illinois,
that.
Virginia, Georgia Tech.
UConn.
Yeah, none of them are great
UConn's
football
a bad
teams.
one.
But the UConn's
bad
bad, but
UConn's bad.
none of them were great teams that they lost to, but they weren't bad teams. Except
No.
for UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I still
That's
don't
why
think they
Duke,
should have been there though.
Duke just finds a way to fuck up games. I had them against Georgia Tech, and they were marching the ball up and down the field against Georgia Tech, and they just kind of find a way. But it is crazy that Manny Diaz, how long was he a head coach at Miami for?
He was there for
2 years?
3 years, I believe.
3 years.
But he was the defensive coordinator there when Mark Rich took over in 2016. He was the defensive coordinator that he inherited the program, and his dad's I don't know if he's like I don't think he's a former mayor, but his dad's like a high up councilman, because Manny's family is like from Miami, so it was hard for them to fire him. He's a great defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the year that Miami beat the shit out of Notre Dame and pushed for a playoff spot that year when it was still 4-team. It was really because that defense carried that whole year. But it is like going back to, I know what point you were going to make. The fact that Manny Diaz won an ACC championship before Miami
at Duke
at a different school before Miami did.
8-5
with a
dude.
7-5 record going into the game.
But it doesn't matter because the Canes are in the playoff, and what we saw this week is conference championships really don't matter. I'm sure we're going to get into that. Miami's in the playoff. Duke's at home. Good job. You won the ACC title.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make it better that
Manny,
Miami.
that probably helped him, honestly.
It probably did because they want to push for an ACC.
It would have been Virginia.
Yeah, they want an ACC team in there. It is funny that Manny Diaz won one at Duke before Miami, but the fact that Miami got into the playoffs today kind of just rights all those wrongs.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. And then the very last game of the it was with the same time as the Duke Virginia, but the best game of
Great
the
game.
Saturday slate,
God.
which I'm sorry, Zach, but college game day should have been in Indianapolis because of how good that game was. Indiana versus Ohio State. Took Indiana money line. They took care of business. I mean,
We'll just make it straight. Is that my argument?
just a crazy game.
My argument was not that it shouldn't be there. My argument was that it was never going to be there.
That is true. He was saying that it was wishful thinking to get it there.
Like
that.
Do I think that should be that game? Absolutely.
Yeah. That game was an all-time, damn near an all-time
Yeah.
classic
It's
because
an
it was
ESPN
just
classic.
elite. It was just elite versus elite, and you felt it while watching that like both teams are just so well coached and so elite at everywhere. And I tried to tell people about Indiana. I have a tweet that I quote tweeted back from November 1st after Indiana beat Oregon, and I tweeted out Indiana is the best team in the country. And that is kind of what was kind of shown in that game. I mean, they went the Indiana-Ohio State game. It wasn't Ohio State just fucking up a bunch of different times
Indiana
like
playing
it was
defense.
like it was against Michigan. Indiana went toe-to-toe with them. Physicality, the up front, like they went toe-to-toe with them and just straight up beat them. If you want to talk about an Ohio State missed kick in the fourth quarter, Indiana missed a kick also, a chip shot early in the game. So like Indiana is a legit national title contender. They are so well coached. To me, it's the greatest coaching turnaround in the history of college football.
Yeah,
like to
second
go
year.
to the losingest program in the country, and in 2 years you win 11 games, and then
Back-to-back
go 13-0.
playoff appearance, yeah.
Yeah, like it is the
Big Ten
greatest
championship.
It is the greatest coaching job I think I've ever seen.
I mean, never would I thought I'd seen Indiana win the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
And then let's just talk about the that kick for Ohio State. We're sitting there and we're like, no way he misses. Like, there's absolutely no way he misses his kick. Like, he's tying this. They're going to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
And he shanks it far left. And it was just, I don't know.
That's been Ohio State's
It was
kind
it
of
was crazy.
their Achilles heels. They can't find a kicker that can make easy kicks in the big game. Last year against Michigan, he missed, I think it was 2 kicks that were like very makeable. I'm pretty sure he's the same kicker that missed that kick against Georgia to send them to the Natty to play TCU in 2022. Like, it was so funny us watching that live and just like laughing at him after
Did you see
missing that
him
kick.
before the game? He was like doing trick shots.
Yeah,
and
kicking
stuff like that. Like
yeah.
trying to kick it from the corner off the goalpost to where it went into a coach's hand or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably should have been warming up, actually kicking field goals instead of just I'm gonna
Playing
try
around.
and- yeah, exactly.
I
He was
agree.
playing, it looked like he was playing around.
He was trying to show off.
Karma bit him in the ass there.
He was a kicker from IMG too, and he was supposed to be a high level
Dude,
kicker.
and Indiana had some balls on some of those deep throws.
Facts at
to,
3rd and 6 to Charlie Becker.
Yeah.
And when you got a guy like Mendoza that's throwing it,
Which
you trust your
when
quarterback.
he went.
You trust your Heisman quarterback, and you trust your playmakers.
can we talk about Mendoza's post-game interviews?
Oh.
That man is a emotional roller coaster. Like,
It was-
at one point I thought he was crying, and then the other one he was like yelling into the mic, and then the other one he was smiling, and then he goes back to look like he's like crying.
Yeah,
I mean,
he has that
a ball player, but definition of a cornball. Like,
strongest,
that dude,
strongest glue ever. That's what
That-
he said. We're the strongest glue ever.
that dude is.
He has that like Tebow, JJ McCarthy
brothers,
like
we're brothers.
corniness to him, to where like he's like kind of overly perfect. But to me, like that's the quarterback that I want. I want like a quarterback that's hella corny, hella
a
white,
beast.
hella like just doing all the right things.
He said hella white. He's
Hella white.
I don't know how white he is.
He's white. He said frickin' on the or he said flippin'. He's like, Indiana's the flippin' champs. Like, that's the quarterback that I want.
Dude, and then can we talk about the very first play? He gets damn near knocked
you
out.
guys
And I'm
know,
like,
huh?
there's no way
He's Cuban.
we're starting the Big Ten
Fernando
championship
Mendoza
like
is
this.
Cuban.
Hey, Mendoza still was in.
I know,
Even
his
when he went
brother.
out.
I didn't even know his brother was there. Alberto?
Alberto, yeah. They should have put him in more, put him in at running back or something like that.
Yeah.
Just get the thing fired up. Yeah, that hit, I was like, there's no way it
way.
goes like this.
Yeah,
like
like-
he gets hurt on the first play.
As soon as I locked in Indiana money line too, like, come on.
But he bounced back, and Indiana's so slept on. They're still going to be slept on going into this playoffs after that. Like, teams are still going to, or like the media is still going to think that they're not a legit team.
Which they get.
They got 6 sacks or 5 sacks against Julian Sand. He had been sacked 6 times all year. They played Oregon at Oregon. They sacked Dante Moore 6 times. He hasn't been touched the rest of the year. Like, their D-line is so aggressive. They're so smart with the way they dial up pressures. Like,
all just
to me,
bought
they're
in.
the best coached football team in the entire country.
Would you say, surely, last night, that won Mendoza the Heisman, right? There's
Yeah.
no.
Really? Didn't Pavia move up to
Pavia
being
moved.
the favorite?
His
but then-
odds moved, but how do you? I don't know how you don't give it to Mendoza, especially with Vanderbilt.
I think
not
it's going to
making
come
the-
down to Mendoza and Pavia, though.
But
Those
especially
are
with
the top two.
with Vandy not
You think
making
Mendoza
the.
won it?
Yeah, his back shoulder throw that he threw to Surratt to take the lead, and then he had the 3rd and 6 conversion. He 100% won that. He threw one interception. That was his one blemish on his record against Ohio State. But outside of that, he was damn near perfect almost. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Mendoza kind of
It'll be interesting to see. When is the Heisman?
Mendoza. I don't know when the Heisman
does it get
is.
announced?
It's before the playoffs, though. I'm pretty sure. I think it was last year.
Which Indiana will get the winner of OU Bama.
The Heisman ceremony is next Saturday at 7:00 Central Time, our time.
So is everybody taking Mendoza?
I think he's the lock to win it. Like,
Yeah. The latest odds I'm looking at right now is after the win last night, Mendoza. He's pretty much got it in the bag.
what's his odds? Does it show?
Let's see.
He's got to be at least minus 300.
So Pavia's odds fell to plus 800.
Oof.
Mendoza's minus 1,600.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah,
Okay,
he won the Heisman.
He won it.
That was a Heisman, which my coworker, we had a show last night. You guys know Lucas. He's a big Ohio State fan. We talked about that before the game, where basically we felt that it was that game was going to decide the Heisman.
Yeah.
If Ohio State and Sayin had a good performance, clearly Sayin's probably going to get it in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's Mendoza's to lose now.
Yeah, man. He
Heisman
cemented
Mendoza.
the Heisman.
You
He
know what
has
they
that
say?
play against Penn State that we're going to be talking about for years.
Yeah, that was probably the play
Play of the year.
Yeah.
He had a game
Catch
against
of the year.
his touchdown to Surratt against Iowa when they were down 3 was kind of a Heisman moment. He
Penn
doesn't.
State throw. That Penn State throw
Yeah,
is up there too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
his stats they don't jump off the table if you compare him to other
Pavia.
Heisman quarterbacks.
I was looking at some
But
earlier.
he has had the Heisman moments where it's like big game, you need a big throw. He always finds a way to convert, and I think he deserves a Heisman.
Yeah, it was just an absolute.
That
That game was so good, though. That game was so good to watch.
It was just you felt that it was just like elite versus elite of the sport.
1 versus 2.
Yeah, I had $15 on Indiana money line, and I told you and B Will we were watching it together. We stood for the national anthem.
We did.
We made sure that game was.
We did. We
got
stood
its
after he
respect.
got hit. We were like, "There's no way this game starts
Yeah.
like this." We stood when the Ohio State kicker missed because we were like, "There's no way he misses this kick." Which the reverse jinx once again.
It always works.
It always works. Is undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a parlay. I had a parlay of Indiana money line, Georgia minus 2.5, my lock, and then the under, which was my pick on the under Duke, Virginia. So that one hit for me.
Yeah, I just had Indiana straight up money line.
I had that one
Put
too,
$15
straight up.
on it, 140. So it was a great night for me.
Money was made.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the conference championship week. Playoffs now have been revealed. Do we want to get into that before talking this, or do we want to talk the Army Navy and then save the best for last? Do we have anything for our Army Navy?
I mean, I think we should just save Army Navy until the end.
This is our
Give it its respect, but
picks.
yeah, I think the playoffs is what's on everybody's mind right now. The committee, they had a decision to make. It was safely between Alabama, Notre Dame, and Miami. You could even throw BYU up there since they were 11-1 going into that Big 12 title game. But I think since they got blown out, they were kind of out of it. It was between Alabama, Notre Dame, and Miami. And we talked about on our last episode how I kind of did some research, kind of tried to crack the code that the committee would end up flipping Miami and Notre Dame when it came down to it and they had the pressure on them. I think Duke winning probably helped Miami because the ACC is obviously going to want a team in there. Like, they're a Power 4 conference. They're going to be pushing for that. And I think the most shocking thing, since I had already Miami getting in over Notre Dame, was Alabama not dropping a single spot after getting boat raced by 21 against Georgia. They didn't score until the fourth quarter. To me, that was the most shocking part of the playoff. I thought Miami should have gotten number 9 and been playing OU first round. That would have been fireworks with this podcast. But yeah, I didn't understand Alabama not dropping because BYU dropped. They lost their conference championship. Yeah. Ohio State dropped. They lost theirs. Virginia dropped. They lost theirs. And then Alabama loses by 3 scores and just doesn't move an inch.
I mean, Miami, or if they did drop, they would have dropped to the 10? Miami would have gone up to 9.
9. Yeah, that's what I thought should have happened.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that's what should have happened. But here's the thing that you keep talking about BYU dropping. BYU wasn't in it. If you look at the yes, they were in the top 12 last week, but that game being 11 and 12 doesn't mean you're in.
Yeah.
It just means you're the first out. And so they're not really getting penalized for losing that game. They were not in.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
Ohio State, whoever lost that game was going to drop.
I think if anything, it showed more that the results of the Big Ten and the SEC championship do not really matter in all reality. Like Ohio State dropped one, but it's really because Georgia looked so good.
Well,
Indiana stayed. Bama, I think going forward, that's kind of the precedent that's been set now, is that if you're in the Big Ten championship or in the SEC championship and you make it, you're not going to move. Also,
well, Ohio State didn't move just because they've been number one all
I think
year.
it does matter. I think it weighs more than anything. The loss doesn't matter.
well, yes,
I think
that's what I'm
the
saying.
win
Yeah.
does matter,
The win
and that's the
matters.
reason why Georgia is number 2 is because they have the SEC championship.
True, but
Did Georgia get 2?
Georgia
I thought they got 3.
Ohio
that-
State.
yeah,
Which was
then-
surprising to me too. I thought
Then
Georgia
if-
should have got.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Ohio
If that's
State
the
is
case,
too. Yeah.
if that is the case,
No, you're right.
Ohio State really didn't technically drop. Really, you gave
Yeah.
the Big Ten the Big 12 Big Ten winner got the 1 seed.
I don't know why I thought that Ohio State dropped. But yeah, back to
So
my
it really
point.
didn't drop.
But back to my point. Basically, as long as you're in the Big Ten or the SEC championship, you're not really going to move, regardless of win or loss. Also, Alabama, yeah, they looked like shit, but they did beat Georgia at one point. So I could see the committee saying like that loss or that win and
They
loss
cancel
out.
each other
They cancel
out.
each other out, so they're staying put.
Are
Can
they
you
the only
imagine,
10-3
though-
team?
Can you imagine though what would have like the fallout if Bama would have been pushed out? When you think about it, conference championship games wouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Teams would decline it because
Yeah.
if Bama made the conference championship game
to lose.
and then that was what pushed them out. That eliminates going forward. Why would anybody want to play? You know, we've talked all season about, well, you know, why would you schedule these big games at the beginning of the season if head to head doesn't matter and this and that? I think the committee got it right in the sense of Bama, although I don't think Bama is a playoff team based on how they played the last month. The committee should have moved them farther down leading up to this in reality. But to not have the fallout if you don't play in a conference or if you lose a conference championship game, it would have been the end of conference championship games. Is what I'm getting at.
I agree with
agree.
that because Alabama would have had the argument, we've already beat Georgia, we're getting penalized for playing an extra game. Have Ole Miss play Georgia
Texas
in the
A&M,
SEC championship. Have A&M, like they probably get slapped too. So I think the committee did make the right decision.
You have to put that
of like you
runner
don't
up.
penalize for playing an extra game because you earn the right to be there. I think they did make the right decision with that.
Also, with that, I'm going to say one more thing. Duke, we talked about that Duke win, how I agree with you. I think it did help Miami in the sense of, okay, so you're going to leave out one P4, which granted, I get the ACC, you know, they're not the greatest conference.
Terrible.
It's been all over the place. But you're going to leave out a P4 team for a team. We talked about this before everybody showed up. You're going to leave out a P4 team for either 5 SEC teams or
An
on
independent
the flip side, an independent that's not even in a conference.
that Miami has a head-to-head.
It's like, okay, so what? Yeah, exactly. They were
Yeah.
never going to leave out the ACC, regardless, in my opinion.
It would have ruined
they would've put one
conference
in.
championships if they would have did that.
Well, no, it would have ruined people being in conferences in general. Like, I could have seen you'd see teams just saying, okay, we're going to take the Notre Dame route and just go independent.
Yeah,
We'll play a couple big games a year and then just boat race everybody else.
yeah.
But you can agree that the ACC is like complete dog shit this year.
No, it's
It
a
was
joke.
bad. Miami, but we talked about the last week. Miami should have been playing in the ACC championship.
I agree with that.
That tiebreaker rule, I get that's how.
And if Miami plays in that conference championship, wins, that opens up an extra at-large spot
for Notre Dame.
for Notre Dame,
exactly.
for, I mean, who else was it? BYU, Texas, Vandy. Because it wouldn't put in the 2 G5s.
Yeah, that is
if
true.
Miami would have.
Yeah, Notre Dame probably would have got in,
yeah.
or the Bama.
Next year, the ACC is finally adapting the, because Big Ten and SEC, you play 9 conference games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all
the
changing
ACC
to
was
9.
still the ACC was still at 8.
So
this year.
was the SEC.
They're all
going to nine this
changing
year.
to 9 now.
Okay, yeah. Because there was a lot of backlash on the ACC commissioner of like, okay, you should have had the foresight to go ahead and jump to 9 games because the ACC is a massive conference. When you have less games but more teams, that's when you have a clusterfuck of a tiebreaker with 5 teams, and the one team that only played one of those teams and lost gets in somehow. So
Yeah. I thought that Miami should have got in over Duke regardless. That was the most embarrassing Power 4 conference championship game.
But if you looked at the
Hey, but they're
stadium,
champions
like
now.
nobody was
They're
there.
ACC champs.
They are. That's
They
just
played their Super Bowl
crazy.
last night.
They are.
And then after the game, they were really like saying like, "Oh yeah, we deserve it. We deserve a spot."
Yeah, but they you're gonna push for your school.
I mean, yeah.
Just like Texas was.
Yeah. I guess we could pander towards the Texas fans
No.
and kind of
No.
just tell them why they didn't deserve to get in.
well, I'll say it as a Miami fan. 'Cause
It's-
I heard that Quan was saying something about Miami getting in as a joke. Okay, well, 27-24, week 1 against Notre Dame. Boom. Also, Miami beat the shit out of Florida, a team you lost to. Common opponent, done, end of discussion. 9-3. Have fun playing your shitty bowl game that nobody cares about.
Hey, they're playing
Oh,
Michigan.
there's someone in here
playing
that cares
Michigan.
about it. They're playing
Michigan
Oh,
in
okay.
the
In the
Citrus
Cheez-Its Bowl, dude.
In the
That's
Cheez-Its
fucking
Citrus
important.
Bowl.
Cheese.
I hope they
cheese,
opt out.
cheese, cheese.
Yeah. He finally gets the.
No, but I want to say is that I don't think dropping one is punishing a team. So if they would have dropped Alabama, that's not punishment for losing. That's just doing what's right.
Yeah.
You've already seen this game that you're now matching up against Oklahoma and Alabama. Oklahoma beat Alabama on the road. Mm-hmm. So now you're making them play them again at home.
Yeah, I don't
Instead
like
of
the
instead
matchup.
of creating a Alabama versus A&M game that you have not seen,
And OU Miami
and then OU Miami
that you have not seen.
I would have loved OU
Yeah, I don't
Miami,
like the OU Bama matchup.
One more thing on the Miami stuff before I get off it. I mean, obviously they got in. I was super happy. Nate saw my reaction.
Yeah, we wish I would have got that on video.
He was jumping around,
I
started
gave
giving
him
me
a hug
hugs.
and I almost started crying. Joey Galloway is a fuck. If you're listening to this, Joey Galloway, in some capacity, you are a stupid fucking moron. This is the same guy that they have on TV all fucking playoffs thing. He's been, Miami this, Miami doesn't look good. He'll say Notre Dame passed the eye test, and Miami will go beat some team Notre Dame played by even more points. It doesn't fucking matter. This is the same Joey Galloway that I want to point out scored a 14 on his fucking Wonderlic score to get into the NFL. You know what the average is on the Wonderlic? A 20.
We scored a 14.
Yeah, Joey. Yeah.
How'd you find that out?
Oh, trust me. I was
dive.
deep diving last night. Joey Galloway is a fucking cuck bitch. And if he hears this, that's fine. He's the most overrated wide receiver in NFL history. Had a bunch of fucking couple 1,000-yard seasons. Never made a Pro Bowl. Never did this. Can't fucking tell college football correctly. Yeah, he's been the one that has gone against Miami all season long. It is so fucking amazing to see him have to eat his shit, especially after like Kirk Herbstreit pretty much set him straight. Today, like, okay, BYU lost. Bama was never moving. BYU lost, then Miami moves up to where they're right behind Notre Dame. And if you're not looking at head-to-head and they have the same resume, Joey Galloway's just an eye test, man. Oh, eye test. Which I guess if you score a fucking 14 on your Wonderlic score, you can't read data and you can't read numbers. That's all you have to do is just, I got to look. I use my eye test. But
Hey, if we want to talk about
Christ.
eye test,
Joey Galloway, fuck you, dude.
Oklahoma would not be in by eye test either
That is true.
because that offense is horrible.
It's bad.
Yeah, since you brought up Joey Galloway, I want to bring up Heather Dinich, that dumb bitch, on my fucking TV. Today, while we were setting up the podcast, she was talking about if Alabama won the SEC game, they would do the exact same thing that the committee had them do today. She was like, this is what I expected if Alabama won the SEC, to where Alabama just stays and other shit happen. Like, what are you talking about? If Alabama would have beat Georgia for a second time in the SEC, they wouldn't have jumped at all.
They would have jumped
would've got
over
the bye.
Oklahoma.
Exactly.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
I said if Alabama wins, OU is not hosting.
Yeah.
They were moving regardless.
And she was trying to act like it was the exact same if Alabama wins. I hate Heather Dinich. She pisses me off so much. I do have a hot take on the playoffs. If we were trying to get the 12 best teams in, you take Tulane and James Madison out.
Of course.
I think personally right now, Notre Dame is good enough to win the national title.
Spicy.
It's a hot take. I think right now they have the pieces to do that. But it depends on if you're doing the playoff based off of solely eye test and who you think can win it, or are you doing it based off resume, which I like going more off resume, which I think is why Miami was the right decision. But I think that Texas and Notre Dame are, without question, a top 12 team in the sport right now, but also both of them didn't deserve to get in with their resumes. Like, the committee made the right decision. Mm-hmm. They didn't pull a Florida State where they leave out a 13-0. Like, they went off resume.
Yeah. I think the only two teams that you have out that have an argument are BYU and Vandy at 10-2.
Yeah.
They're watching other 10-2 teams go play in the playoffs as they have the same record, and then you have Alabama with a third loss.
Yeah,
and I would put
and BYU's two losses are to the same exact team. They're both blowouts, and BYU's only played one other team, but still they're 10-2 and made the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, and also, Vandy at 10-2, they played a tougher schedule than Notre Dame has.
Yeah,
I think the bigger, also, Nate, before everybody got here, today we talked about how this was, I think, a statement from the committee in college football world telling Notre Dame, hey, it's time to fucking nut up and join a conference.
Yeah.
Like, man, if you think you can just schedule a couple hard games a year and then boat race Boston College and Syracuse and these other teams to get you into the playoff, no, that's not how it works.
If I'm the ACC, I'm getting out of that contract with Notre Dame, where they have to.
Well, because they have
in the future, I'm getting out of it. I'm not playing Notre Dame. I'm not giving them that committee any reason to talk about them.
I love that now that Miami's in, I love that they're still playing Notre Dame next year at Notre Dame. Don't know if they'll play beyond that.
It's going to be a good game.
But I mean, why would you? Why would any big-time conference want to play against Notre Dame and give the committee a reason to put them in?
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Like,
just blacklist them.
yes.
Join a conference, or you can play Troy every single week of the season.
Yeah, that's why I think that they were kind of sending a message, because the average college football fan, every single one was like, why the fuck does Notre Dame get in just because they lost to two teams early on, like two good teams, and then just got a favorable schedule from then on out? Like, I think they should have to be forced to join a conference also. Like, you shouldn't just get a free playoff spot every single year because you're independent and you schedule only two hard teams when the rest of teams have to, like, Alabama has to go through an SEC gauntlet.
Yeah.
And, like, so I think it was the right decision. I think the committee, I don't give the committee very many props. I think they made the right decision on giving Miami the spot over Notre Dame.
What's
They
funny
low-key
too,
blue balled Notre Dame.
What's
though.
funny too, though, is like ACC. Okay, obviously, or Notre Dame football is their moneymaker.
Yeah, they're
Clearly.
ACC
They're
and
like
other sports.
They're ACC other sports. The only reason they will not join a conference is because they want all of that NBC revenue going straight to them. Okay, well, here's your decision. You can either keep all that money and miss the playoffs when you have a 10-2 year where you're on the fence, or join a conference. Because like if Notre Dame was in the Big Ten and they're playing big schools, it's not even they're probably higher along. If they beat the teams, they win the big games they're supposed to, and they're farther apart from Miami than it should be, it's not even a discussion. And Miami's left,
If
playing
they-
the
it
Pop-Tarts
like,
Bowl again.
It's possible for even in conference play for teams that are in conferences to play a cupcake schedule. Look at A&M's schedule; it's cupcake.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I'm not trying to diss the Big Ten, but like both Indiana and Ohio State kind of didn't
Favorable
have
schedules.
They had favorable schedules.
It helped with Penn
But like
State
you
falling
look
off.
at Notre Dame, and it seems like every single year they're getting the cupcakes of the ACC to play, and then they have to play Miami every once in a while.
And
But
A&M.
then they have USC. Like USC's already talked about not wanting to play them anymore.
Yeah.
They're not. I'm pretty sure they're not playing after this
Yeah,
this year.
Unless they come up with agreement. Yeah, I think that Notre Dame it's bullshit. I love that the committee sent a message like, and we were talking about, does the Notre Dame join the Big Ten or the ACC? Because in 2020 during COVID, they were in the ACC title game in football. I think it would be smarter for them to join the ACC.
Notre
because,
Dame was in the ACC title game.
2020
Really?
during COVID
yeah, I think it's smarter too. I think
because you have a higher chance of winning.
and it also strengthens the ACC by doing it.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
And if they're already playing ACC basketball,
Okay, so
Yeah.
I
you might as well just.
just looked it up. Notre Dame competes in the ACC for every single sport
but football.
except football and men's hockey. And men's hockey is in the Big Ten. So really, we're just letting Notre Dame pick and choose
No, that Big
whatever
10,
they want.
that Big Ten
But
thing
is the ACC even a thing in hockey though?
probably is kind of like wrestling is, where the conference doesn't necessarily look like what it does in football and basketball and baseball.
So okay, here's
Yeah.
another. So
Like-
basically, 24 of their 26 total sports are in the ACC, and yet you
crazy.
won't join the ACC because you want to keep all that NBC money. Man, fuck you, Notre Dame, you bunch of Catholic.
That's why I would rather have
Take the mic away from me.
I'd rather have Notre Dame fans bitching because it's like you have the argument of like, well, just stop being a pussy and join a conference, rather than Miami fans who beat Notre Dame kind of being slighted. I'm happy with the committee because I was vouching for the committee. You should have humans decide it and not a math algorithm. And I think that they made pretty much the right choices of the teams that they wanted in to help the sport at least. Because I think Notre Dame probably has pressure on them right now. Like, should we join a conference? Like, are we going to need to compete in the playoffs?
Has Marcus Freeman been interviewed yet?
I haven't seen anything.
Listening to
no.
what he said last night about
I did see
how
that last night.
He basically said like, yeah, head-to-head matters, but also all these other data points matter. It's like, no, Marcus, shut up.
Yeah, but what
You
data
lost
what data
head-to-head.
points did they
You
have?
lost head-to-head. It's as simple as that. There's no other argument.
What data points did they have that Miami didn't have?
It was like strength of record.
Because they played A&M.
he-
That's
he's-
the only difference.
it was
Because they
the, it was
played
the,
A&M.
it was the yeah, exactly.
And A&M played a cupcake schedule, so
It was only like 2 spots above them anyways. It was basically the same resume with a head-to-head.
Marcus Freeman was basically saying like, yeah, they beat us, but you should look at other factors and why we should be in over them.
right in every factor.
Okay, like,
Miami
you
still beat
lost,
them.
dude.
Like-
Week 1.
I don't feel
Shout
bad.
out CJ Daniels.
I don't feel bad for any of these Texas teams. I kind of feel bad for Vandy, but Texas, Notre
I feel
Dame.
very bad for
I come from a generation where you had to be perfect to go compete for the Natty. You had to go 13-0 on your schedule to have a chance at it. So I don't feel bad for Texas with 3 losses and Notre Dame with 2 losses.
Losing to a horrible Florida team.
Yeah.
Let's stop this.
Lost
Oh,
to
if we
Billy
didn't play
Napier.
Ohio State, we'd be in. No, you'd still be below.
Yeah, what I say earlier.
You'd still be 10-2 and out of the playoffs right now because you lost to Florida.
What I say earlier. DJ Lagway beat 4 teams this season, and one of them was Texas.
If you lose to Billy Napier, with
One of those
Florida-
teams was Florida State that Florida beat. And Florida State beat Alabama, so
Yeah. Alabama, they should get
Lagway-
credit for that gauntlet.
Lagway hit the portal this morning. Did you see that?
I did not.
Yeah. He hit the portal.
Really?
On 3 reported it.
Breaking news
Oh,
from
shit.
Hawk.
Has anybody heard Cam
running-
Coleman hit the portal yet?
Yeah, he needs to.
I think he will.
He needs to take a trip to Nam and
I was late.
I'm pretty sure he will. In my Discord, I can the list of
Oh,
names.
Zach's on Discord.
Y'all ain't, I don't know
Cam
if
Coleman,
OU got the money
co-
for that.
The conversation. He's on the list of people that they're going to contact.
Yeah.
Nick Marsh is also on that list.
I could see OU getting Nick Marsh. I think Cam Coleman is going to get a big
reach.
bash.
But if you're Oklahoma, you have to go talk to him. You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to make that phone call.
Yeah. Michigan, that's going to be one of Michigan's top targets is Cam Coleman. So it'll be interesting.
Right now, DJ's rumored to be interested in Baylor, Texas Tech, and Texas A&M.
Texas Tech.
Baylor, don't they have Sawyer?
Is he from Texas?
Yeah, Lagway is, yeah.
Texas Tech.
Well, Tech is
All right,
for that
I
money.
can
Saying,
see him
Hey,
going
what
to
about
Tech.
LSU? Ooh, with Kiffin?
No, LSU. I saw something the other day of was it some quarterback was going to go to LSU?
Rayola?
No, not Rayola.
Rayola
Jackson
fired their
Arnold.
dad.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold
Jackson
hit the
Arnold's
portal
in the
last
port-
night.
yeah.
He's not going to LSU.
No, he's going to go to like
He's going to get
UCO.
G5, yeah.
He's going to
No,
Kennes-
excuse
he's
me.
going to
It
Kennesaw.
wasn't a quarterback. It was after the Alabama loss. There was rumors of like, oh, is Ryan Williams going to leave? Would he actually leave? And that was where it came.
I could
where,
see him
If
leaving.
Ryan Williams left, he would.
You
he
think
would-
Ryan Williams is going to leave?
I don't know if he'll leave, but if he did, it would make sense for him to go to LSU to play for Kiffin.
God,
My
no.
thing is like, as
Kiffin
Ryan
would
Williams,
stat
do you
pad.
really leave? You have 1 year left, and then you're in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
this year he's gotten used wrong by Ryan Gruff.
In a
He
sophomore
kind of
slump.
Ryan Gruff kind of fucked up JSN at the Seahawks also. But also Ryan Williams, he's in a sophomore slump. Like he had a catch against Georgia that was a touchdown that he just dropped.
Yeah.
So he's had some drop balls also. I could see him leaving though.
But I don't think his draft stock's going to drop that much. I think
Yeah.
he is already.
He's only 18 still.
He's 1 year, like play one more year, and he's in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be tough to say if he hits the portal or not. I could see both ways.
Portal's going to be interesting this offseason.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be the Wild West.
Yeah, for the they did drop some spreads already for the first round games for the playoffs. So
Some future spreads, or are they like?
on ESPN on the brackets they have
Oh,
some
okay.
spreads. So like right now, Texas A&M is a 4.5 point favorite against Miami. Alabama is a 1.5 point favorite against OU, and then Oregon is a 20.5 point favorite versus James Madison.
All I have to say is keep doubting Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Keep doubting them.
I don't like the Alabama draw, but
Yeah,
I like that it's at home.
Can we talk about that? Alabama is probably the worst draw because you've already played them, already beat
No,
them.
yeah.
They have a veteran quarterback, so if you have a great defense, that's the one thing you probably don't want to play is a quarterback that's experienced.
It's
And-
like what he said. Like they should have put it where you have Bama, Texas A&M that you haven't seen before, and you
then
have
Miami,
OU.
I thought they should have did that
Yeah.
too. I think Alabama's a tough draw for OU though.
I think it is too. I do like
No,
that
I
it's
don't
at
I don't
home.
like
though.
the draw. I like the fact that it's at home.
That'll help. for
And
sure.
I'm not against I understand the 1.5 Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
OU's offense is so bad,
Give me OU money.
but that defense is going to.
it
They're
makes up.
already mad that he threw for over 400 yards. I don't think that's going to happen again.
Yeah.
And OU's good in the red zone. Like they're not giving up touchdowns.
yeah.
I wonder what the over under will be because I can see that being a low scoring.
It's gonna be a low score.
gonna be low.
7:00 p.m. It's gonna be a night game.
night game.
North.
It's the
Also-
first
ever playoff.
first ever
game.
playoff game, and it's the first playoff game of the entire playoff
And-
this year. This is on the Friday.
And adding to that, that is when OU's commencement is.
No, they've
that
moved
day.
it.
Oh, they did move it. Okay,
They
I
moved,
heard.
they moved finals as well. So finals are now Saturday instead of Friday night.
Okay, because I
Friday
remember
finals are now Saturday.
I would hate that.
I
to
saw
be
something
Saturday.
that like there was a
commencement's
poss-
like Saturday or
I
something.
saw something. There was a possibility where like the big graduation commencement, like they were booked out of hotels and reservations and this and that, because that's when the semester ends and everybody's graduating. You throw in a college football
Football game,
playoff.
yeah.
game on top of that. That's smart that they. I also did see that they were talking about moving it. That's probably the smart move.
Right.
Isn't
And here's the deal. The hotels for the college football playoff don't have to be in Norman, Oklahoma. Most of those people are going to come in and stay in Oklahoma City because then they're going to drive into Norman. They're experienced downtown. So, like, the hotel rooms being in.
Yeah, the
for
Bama
that is
fans.
not-
See
The
the
Bama
Thunder.
fans will stay in OKC
see.
and then drive down.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question. What does commencement mean?
Graduation.
Graduation, basically.
Oh, all right, bet.
Boy never graduated.
This fucking guy.
Graduated high school.
He got a 13 on the
Wonderlick.
Wonderlic.
Damn, you were just one higher than Joey Galloway.
Why are we using the word commencement? Why are we throwing around big words? Why don't
That's
we
what
just
it's
use
Because
always
that's what it's called.
called.
That's what
That's
it's
what
called.
it's actually called.
Always called a commencement.
commencement?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy. I'm gonna look up that word.
If
Can you
did,
spell
okay,
it?
I got a question for you, Nate. If you didn't, if I was just in a random conversation with you and I brought up the word commencement, what would you think it meant?
Probably probably some sort of assembly of some sort. I
you're
would have
close.
caught on to that, but I didn't know it meant like graduation. That's a big word though. That's an elite word, bub. Good shit.
I don't think it's an elite word. I think it's what
It's
everybody
just like
calls
the
it.
word that it's used for graduation. Like,
Yeah, especially in college. Like
I'll add that to my bag. I didn't know what that meant.
today, we had a commencement of college football playoff teams.
True. Ooh. It's a crazy pull right there.
Some flunked out of college. Football playoffs.
Consentment.
Talking about commencement, OU's kind of in hot waters right now with
Yeah, that's not
the essay.
Let's not talk
We're not going to talk about that, but that was crazy news. But yeah, that's the Friday game. So I will definitely be wanting to go down there. And it's crazy that like last year we got to go see Texas first round playoff game, and now
Shout out Drew.
shout out Drew for the tickets. That was against Clemson, and now we get to see OU Bama and be a part of that. So
Facts. We have to go down there. I'm probably gonna be wearing a Bama hoodie, be just a full blown Bammer, just roll tide.
I'll go down there with y'all.
Yeah, I'll
do
go
get a
down.
little vlog,
Yeah, let's do it.
a little vlog, yeah. Have Nate in Bama gear just
No,
walking around.
I'm not hanging out with Nate if he's in Bama gear down.
Miami plays at 11 a.m. the
He
next
can wear
day.
all the Michigan
Might have to
shit
live
he
stream
wants
that,
down
Drew.
there. Wear all
I
the
can
Michigan
be in a
shit.
Bama hoodie.
Hell no.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I might act like I
Roll
don't know
tide. I won't be in a Bama hoodie, but I'm probably.
You can wear all the Michigan.
I gotta stir the pot down there, you know.
you.
Wear
You
your
have like
Michigan
an
stuff.
elephant hat.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real though. Like, both those teams are playing to get the next round just to get bounced because both those teams have to play Indiana.
Oh damn. He puts all
That'd be
that on
good.
blast.
I'm sorry, but OU, unless OU shows me
Bitch,
something,
you play Ohio State if y'all win.
yeah, they're gonna get bounced too, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all gotta
that's
play
no, you
at
can't-
A&M.
I'm not wrong.
I
you're
am not
wrong.
worried.
You're not wrong.
I
You're
am
not worried at
worried.
A&M. Kyle Field, you are not
No.
worried.
Fuck no. Who's Texas A&M played this year?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Oh, and Miami beat them too. So, but they actually beat them by 3 points as opposed to 1. So, what is it?
that's gonna be a scary game though. At A&M in a college football
Here's the
playoff
thing.
atmosphere.
I
Played
am-
LSU,
I am extremely confident
Florida,
for
Auburn.
Miami to win. Yeah, they played all the bottom feeders in the SEC. I'm extremely confident with Miami beating Texas A&M. Now, when they play Ohio State, it's going to change. But I think they will get out of the first round.
So you're taking Miami money line.
110%.
Okay.
Those Miami boys are fired up.
It's a better
They
matchup.
can't cover Malachi Tony.
And Marcel Reed, he's not he's not slinging it around everywhere. He's not the best thrower.
Oh,
So I can
Reuben
see
Bain,
Miami.
Mesidor, that D line is going to get pressure. I'm not worried about Texas A&M. Ohio State, yes, I'm going to be
That's
quivering.
That's a crazy take. I'm not gonna lie, because Texas A&M defense.
Yeah, Carson Beck
Might
might be
wanna get-
shaking in his boot.
They're
Not worried.
elite.
Not worried.
Are
Miami's
they
got an
that elite when they
offensive
played
line.
the bottom feeders of the SEC?
They did give up 42 to Arkansas.
They gave
I mean,
it 42 to
Cassius
Arkansas.
Howell
They
is-
got destroyed by Texas.
Yeah.
Thank
Like,
you, Zach.
are
That's a good
they
point.
that good?
Keep going, Zach. Keep
That's
going.
a good point.
Keep going. I'm almost
So we
there.
live streaming
Cassius
that game?
Howell is
You look
legit.
at
Are we all watching
you
that
look
game
at-
together?
They won the Notre Dame game, and the hype for A&M got up here because Marcel Reed he's a good quarterback, And then you see this defense doing well against bottom feeders.
Yeah.
They avoided Alabama. They avoided Georgia. They avoided Oklahoma.
That is.
They avoided Vandy.
Ole Miss, Vandy.
Ole Miss. The top 5.
Yeah,
the top
they
6
didn't play any of them.
Top 5. They missed all of them.
They're the Virginia of the SEC.
I don't know. I understand that point, but they're battle tested for sure. Like
No,
they're not. They're not going to lay
I think
down.
their defense is good.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's that good because they really the only two tests that they had were Notre Dame early in the season, game 2 of a freshman quarterback,
And they gave up 41 in that one.
and then they play Texas and get destroyed.
Yeah.
Also, I have said before, with all of my Cristobal, problems and everything that I hate about him, one thing that I can trust about Mario Cristobal is when it's big games
Get up for
like
big
this,
games.
he gets those motherfuckers up for big games. Now, Ohio State, that's a different animal, but I think he'll get those guys up, especially like Reuben Bain, Malachi Toney. We're going to be able to see those guys in the playoff now. He's going to get those guys up for Texas A&M. Ohio State's a different animal. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm not worried the slightest. I would have rather played OU because I could have maybe gone to the game and bragging rights
Yeah.
would have been great.
It's also a more winnable game, I think. To
It
be
is.
honest.
Well,
No.
With that offense, they're going to keep you in the game. The defense is definitely better than the A&M.
Texas
If I'm Miami right now, I'd rather play A&M than play Oklahoma's defense.
yeah, I would agree. Oklahoma's defense is better than Texas A&M.
Now, offensive wise,
Oh, no.
all OU has to do is keep the game close and low scoring, and OU's got a chance to win because the offense does just enough on a couple drives to get them in winning position, and the defense shuts everybody.
What is Texas A&M going to do to stop Baby Jesus?
You can't stop Baby Jesus, Bub. He's Baby Jesus, Bub. He
Carson
got
Beck-
that nickname at 17.
I think that's
Carson Beck throws the interception. That's all I'm going to say. I bet he throws one.
I bet he throws one. I mean,
Maybe 2.
no.
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a close game. I wouldn't be that confident. to be
Yeah,
honest.
no, I wouldn't be like,
I'm riding. We're
Yeah,
in.
as you
I've been
should.
saying we're in. We're going to get in. We got in.
You have not been saying
Fuck
you're
Texas
in.
A&M.
You
Yeah.
have not.
You've been saying the
you're
committee's
in.
bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Okay, well, fair. Yeah,
The
because
committee
I
came
didn't,
through for you, though.
yeah.
I didn't think that the committee was going to make the right move, honestly. I did not think that they were going
We
to
saw it
actually.
Unfold
BYU was
last
the,
week. We saw the decision made last week. It just wasn't showing until today.
That was the other thing Kirk Herbstreit
Blue
said.
balled him.
Kirk Herbstreit said that we should get rid of the Tuesday show because it's almost
It does make sense.
it's almost just a viewer Disney trying to get ratings type deal where
a
they
build-up.
drag it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been you look at the teams at the end of the season where the cards fall. That's what happened with BYU lost. Miami Notre Dame finally got paired right next to each other. Miami had head-to-head win. We need to get rid of the Tuesday night the playoff show, whatever. Get rid of it. Just have them release it like they released the AP poll. And then we have a big show at the end of the year. Because I think they're trying to draw in ratings.
Well, the AP
More than
can go
anything.
away
They're trying
altogether.
to they're trying
The
to build
AP
it
is
up.
horrible.
AP's a
Well,
joke.
AP's never going to go away. I mean, you have to have something until the college football.
Right. I would just rather put out a college football at week 1 and let that be the same. Like, just.
Nobody pays attention to the AP. It's just the rankings until.
Oh,
the
I
college
pay attention to
football.
see all
They
the
got people-
stupid.
They got people like Heather
Voters.
Dinich fucking voting on the AP who doesn't know a fucking thing about football.
No, she's not the worst. There's reporters that aren't even sports reporters voting on the AP.
Yeah, there's some bad ones on the AP. I'm not
Like,
gonna lie. They
there's
have hella
people that write
voters.
like home columns about like cleaning solutions.
Like wasn't when Notre Dame was 0-2, they were still like a top 10 team or something like that. I want to
Yes.
say earlier this year.
I think the committee got it as right as you possibly could. For as far as like just the overall college football landscape, I think they got it as right, as correct as you possibly could. Leaving Notre Dame out, like join a conference.
Yeah, Saban said there's no right or wrong answer. It's just
Saban had Miami's back though. He said yesterday.
yeah, but he
Dame-
also thought there's one team that should be in that is not, and that's Notre Dame.
He
I
said
don't know.
something
Notre
today.
Dame's good.
I was
That's what
in
he
church.
said.
But then he also said Miami kicked their ass point blank.
Yeah, I think Al. Everybody also thinks is like there shouldn't be two G5.
Man, Heather Dinich, I tried to pull some dirt on her. She didn't have anything. I was gonna see like how many times
She
you've
was
been
doing a
divorced.
background check.
How
We're
many
just playing participation.
How
award
many like
here with
how
the,
many
with the
husbands
G5s
do you
being-
have? How many divorces have you gone through? She
Tell you
has-
what, I might be
she
taking-
has to be-
He's got nothing for you for your hatred of Heather Dinich.
She's got to be blowing.
She's just
somebody.
stupid.
She's got to be blowing somebody on the committee to get some type of info that she gets. Because
Yeah, she's I'm not gonna use the R word, but she's stupid. Saying the Bama thing was just not gonna say the R word, but it was stupid.
Stupid.
you can say it, she was really, really stupid.
She's really, really stupid.
All I have to say is this: Boomer.
Sooner.
Roll Tide, baby.
That is the only game on Friday. Then everybody else plays the 20th.
There's only one game on Friday. I thought two of them were on Friday and two of them were on Saturday.
One of the playoff game is
3 on
Friday.
Saturday.
There's games. Those Friday games are like two bowl games at 10 a.m. Gosh, I can be at work just watching the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Facts.
Just love
That'll be nice. Do we want to talk about Navy Army at all? I kind of have a
Yeah, do we? Well, first,
something to say
are we going to
about
give a next week? Are we going to fill out our brackets?
Yeah, you have some bracket.
I mean, yeah,
challenge
we
you
can-
were
I mean,
talking
we-
about.
Yeah, I haven't made it though, but like we can put in a bracket challenge.
Yeah, I'll do one.
People can join if they want.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
ESPN bracket.
Yeah, kind of like March Madness.
Oh, like a money bracket? Yeah, let's
Yeah, we could do a money bracket.
do it. Let's do it.
Oh shit!
Okay, I bet.
I'm about to blow you all out on that one.
So yeah, we'll fill out our brackets, give out our picks. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already liking James Madison plus 20.5.
Really?
Low key.
I mean, James Madison was.
I'm just a
my
big
pick,
underdog. You know, I like the underdogs. I like
Get
the
the
underdog
G5
story.
out of the playoff.
I like the underdog story. I think Ole Miss will probably blow out Tulane again, but I think there's gonna be one G5. That
No,
keeps it close.
it's-
Get him out, dude.
Get them out.
No,
It's a
I agree, get 'em
participation
out.
award
I
that we're
agree,
doing.
get 'em out,
Have
but,
G5
like-
have their own national championship.
I
playoff.
kind of hope this year one of them keeps it close, where it's like, okay, like y'all talking shit on the G5. They
This
kind of
isn't
make it more
basketball.
interesting.
This isn't basketball.
This isn't basketball,
In
but-
football, they're twice the size. Like
Yeah.
they're so much bigger and more physical and more athletic at the Power 5, Power 4 level than the G5s are.
Yeah, I think they should make it to where it's the top 12, and if a G5 team
in
goes
there.
like 13-0 and finds a way in the top 12, then you can play in it. But I don't think we should be catering around fucking G5 schools.
I mean,
like,
I think
my-
James Madison should be in over Tulane. I mean, they're 12-1. Tulane's 11-2.
James Madison, that's my team, so I can't say nothing
Exactly.
bad about it.
My argument would be that, like at SMU 2 years ago, before they joined the ACC, were a top program for several years leading up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably built their and developed a roster that could compete.
Yeah.
Probably should get in. Boise State has a few years of continued success.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting in, but a Tulane this year this is not the first year we're hearing Tulane.
Yeah.
But
I don't
like,
think Tulane should have got in my opinion.
I just have a hard time looking at them going, they stand a chance against the top
Yeah.
teams of these top conferences.
Yeah. I think a G5 should have to make the top 12 to get in. We shouldn't just have to give them a spot just so they can have a charity case and feel good about themselves.
Well, a team at 23 should not be getting in over a team at 12.
Yeah, yeah. It's stupid. Though they're going to fix it this year though. This
Yeah.
was
Well, they were supposed to fix it this year.
yeah, this year
This
I
was
think
just
was
weird.
crazier.
Yeah.
Last year there was a lot more 3-loss teams to where like
There's a lot more teams, like Drew said, that like exceeded expectations that no one thought.
yeah. I agree with that.
All right, so the only game this week is the Army Navy. We're just gonna do our quick picks for that. So my record right now, let me pull it up. Yeah, so I'm at 92 and 102, 8-7 on my lock. We probably will not have a lock this week. And then Nate, you are 123 and 147. 6 and 10 on your locks. Army Navy, the consensus over under is 39.5, and Navy is a 5.5 point favorite. I really don't even know much about these teams. I know Navy's the better team. I'm gonna go Navy minus 5.5. Shout out Papa Bob. Yeah, that's who I'm taking.
I like that.
That line is so low.
Yeah, it'll probably change a little bit by the time that game rolls around. Real quick, just on the Army-Navy thing, there's a lot of college football fans out there, a lot of casuals that take this week off. They see that Army-Navy's playing. They just take the week off. They're not going to watch any college football. This is one of the greatest rivalries in the sport. That's why it has its own weekend to itself. These are two programs that are fighting for our fucking freedom.
Yeah.
And they're just going out there. They're not getting paid millions in NIL like all these other LSU teams.
This is their Super Bowl.
Yeah, like this is no NIL, no special treatment, like just two teams, two programs fighting in a rivalry game. Obviously the two programs fighting for our country. I think this game deserves its respect. I hope that college football fans show their respect to this game, because even though it's not the greatest football ever being played, it's still a great rivalry and it's great for the sport. And it's a great thing for the country. So I'm going to be taking Navy also in that game. I like Blake Horvat. I like they air it out a little bit more than all the other military schools. So I'm going to be taking a Navy spread in that, regardless of what it is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like that. Navy has lost last year. The under has hit a lot. I'm looking at these last few games.
Well, that's because Army last year was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, Army was
Yeah.
Army
They were
was
pretty-
almost.
they were
both
weren't
good.
they
They were on the verge of making
being
the
the playoffs? Yeah, which
Yeah.
that would have been insane.
Well, look, Nate was talking about them throwing a little bit more. So both quarterbacks coming in are both over 1,000 yards rushing, but Horvath has over 1,000. He has 1,300 yards passing. So
Yeah.
I would take Navy in that
Yeah,
if I'm looking at that.
I like that.
Horvat's
And I was reading or I was watching something where it was one of the coaches for either Army or Navy was saying difficulty of getting like transfers. Apparently, if you transfer there, all of your credits from previous schools don't transfer, so you basically have to start over again. Like you're basically a freshman in school, and then you have to go through your PT training and everything. So it's like
Yeah,
it's a very hard commitment.
Well, most of these people that are playing football, they, unlike other schools, they actually want to be there, and it's not for football. It's
Yeah.
for the meaning behind that university
Yeah,
and what it means for the country, and then football comes second.
yeah.
Which makes it such a great rivalry, because these no NIL, no nothing, just fucking.
When was the
four
very
quarters
first?
fucking football?
I'm going to look up the very first time they played each other.
Give me the midshipmen by a mile.
Yes, sir. Shout out Papa Bob.
Papa Bob, our grandfather.
He
was
played in this game.
He played in this game, and
Facts.
he was a naval officer. So I will always take Navy
Yeah.
in this game and root for Navy regardless.
Shout out Papa Bob. First time ever playing these two teams, 1890. Navy won 24-0. Give me Navy.
Our grandpa played for Navy back before they had face masks.
Yeah.
All they had were helmets.
God.
I wouldn't even call that a helmet. They had a piece of
I tell you
leather.
what.
And
I tell you what.
he would tell me growing up, he was like, yeah, you just get popped in the face, popped in the mouth.
He was a lineman.
Yeah,
He was
a
in the
lineman.
trenches.
He was in the trenches.
I tell you what. I bet they weren't.
Everybody's
They
in
weren't
the
crying
trenches
for
in
a
that
playoff
game.
spot.
No, they weren't. They beat Notre Dame's ass probably.
Everybody in this game is in the trenches. That's all they do.
It's true.
Just
'Cause
run
That's
the
all
ball.
they do is
And then when they do throw it, they're coming out of a run scheme. Like,
Yeah.
Where
I
are they
think they
playing
should bring
this
back
game?
those leather helmets for this game. From
they
here
play
on
in
out, just
Baltimore,
no
too.
yeah,
face
they're
mask.
playing it at
Baltimore.
at the Ravens.
Next
do that
year
every year,
they
right?
play in New York.
Don't they? Yeah, I was gonna say they have like a neutral field.
So
every
this
year.
this year they're playing at the Ravens Stadium. Next year they're playing in the MetLife in New York, and then the year after that they're playing in Philadelphia.
and it'll be sold out. every
Sold
single
out.
time.
Both
a great
sides in
rivalry.
their uniforms, jumping up and down.
If you love USA, you love this rivalry. You just love watching it.
Yeah. So we're all taking Navy. I love that.
Back, shout out the midshipmen.
Shout out
The
them
midshipmen.
boys,
Army kind of sucks too. They're not all that good.
dude.
They got a running back that's got 15 touchdowns on the year, though. I will say.
Yeah, but they run it every time. So
That's all they do is just run the ball.
it's triple option.
I don't think
wishbone.
that is their running back. I think that's their quarterback that has 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is their quarterback. Yeah,
That's
Beast.
Army football right there.
Joey Galloway should have went to Army.
He wouldn't have
Team
got
that
in.
runs the ball.
He would not have got in.
Joey Galloway has just run his mouth the whole season
With a
He coulda
14
went to-
on
he
the
coulda went to
Wonderlic, he would
Army.
not have got in.
Oh, you're right. Actually, he would have been he probably would have only got in at like maybe UCO or something like that.
Damn.
Damn.
That's disrespectful to UCO.
Oh,
I would have put on. He might have got into Texas.
maybe Panhandle State.
Bet that. All right. Well, this is the week 16, I guess you could say, college football selection show
This was our
recap.
judgment day.
Yeah, this was our judgment
reaction.
day. Drew woke up sweating. I heard that he had night sweats. Just had, I want to say he had a little diarrhea this morning too. It was just,
Oh, I did. Yeah, but I have that every morning regardless. So
yo, damn, disgusting. But yeah. This is also, if y'all didn't notice, we're kind of in a new setting in filming this. So let us know if y'all like this setup. Might have to keep it this way. First time on camera, also Drew and Zach.
Facts. Finally get
I
to
know,
see their faces.
Yeah, finally get to see their ugly ass faces.
You can't see on the camera, but one of them's got Miami dunks on. and the other
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
got
Put the shoes up.
Columbia
Put the
Jordan
shoes up.
11s on.
Put the.
I mean, you know, I had to show out college football's playoff show. Now, if Miami wouldn't have got in, I probably would have taken these off and thrown them outside. But
If Miami didn't get
fresh on
in,
the
oh
pod.
man,
that
I
would have been a bad
loved
podcast.
This, yeah,
I
this,
probably would have left,
Yeah, it was between.
especially with how everybody showed up late. With Zach graded, you were going to show up late, but these
Yeah,
two
I wasn't
fucks-
late.
I
was on
sat in
time
my
for the time
car.
I
I
told
sat
you.
in my car for 30 minutes and had.
Well, also I didn't
I'm
know.
pretty sure you were given a key.
Yeah, I thought
I
so
was
too.
never gonna-
I brought an extra key.
I thought I didn't know the show was also they were going to reveal the bracket within the first
Yeah.
30 minutes of the 4-hour long show.
They did it hella early. I didn't
Like,
know.
damn, I thought they were going to talk a little bit, drop the first 4, talk a little
Calm
bit
down.
more.
Once I finally was able to get Cooper to accept his YouTube TV password thing,
Which
so I could watch it.
this
Because like I
man-
said, Nate and I walked in as pick
Alabama
8.
had just gotten chosen at 9, right?
No, pick 8 was going as we were walking in, and we like got everything sat down. I said, "Oh, pick 9's in," and then I told him, I said, "They kept Bama at 9," and he was like, "Oh, that might be a good thing for you." And then that was when the butthole puckered. I was like, "Oh shit, they're really going." So it is down to Miami, Notre Dame, but they made the right call.
Yeah, this
Start
dude
jumping
Drew spammed me 8 messages in a row saying 39, put your code in so I can watch on my phone. Open up YouTube, hit yes, put 39, put 39, put 39, put 39.
This man was about to go home.
Yeah, because I was
He
sitting
texted
outside
me
for 30 minutes.
I'm about to go home.
Yeah, because I was sitting outside for 30
He was
minutes.
so mad.
Hey, Miami
You
got
apologize,
in.
hey, handle
All right.
accountability.
I
They
really
did
thought that
apologize. They did
wouldn't
apologize.
They wouldn't announce it until like 1 o'clock. So
Yeah, I thought it was-
thought
Not the first 30 minutes. When I saw the
Yeah.
first 4 got announced, I was like, damn, okay, well. Because we
Miami got
wanted to
in.
get Drew's live reaction of Miami either
Yeah, that
getting
was the
in
goal.
or not. But
I almost
we all-
cried.
we all thought that it was going to happen around 1 o'clock. They would drag it out. They went hella quick. Within the first 30 minutes, they had announced the.
Yeah, which meant
Top
they
of
had
the
3.5 hours to talk to people. How did they fill that much time? without saying the same things over and over and over again, and then go interview a coach.
That's why you bring Heather Dunich on to fucking talk about Alabama being in
Heather
the exact same
Donich.
spot.
Yeah.
Heather
Win.
Donich.
Old 3 divorced Dinich over there.
Damn, we're pulling up the divorce files. That's crazy.
I don't know. She
Crazy work.
She might actually be a very nice lady and a nice mom.
No, she's not.
Oh, we are currently watching NFL.
2 picks in a
and
row,
that
2
is-
throws, 2 interceptions.
No, I burrow in fantasy.
The Bengals
Burrow just threw a
collapsed.
pick 6, gets back on the field, and throws another pick.
The Bills have
Fantasy might be
yeah.
winning my 3rd fantasy championship in a row. We can talk about that when that time comes. But yeah, all right. Week 16 college football playoff recap, selection show, conference championship recap.
Yeah, we're not going to have an episode this upcoming week at all. This will probably drop
will be
somewhat during
Middle
the
of
week.
the week, yeah,
Our next episode will be
for the playoff.
the playoff preview.
Where we'll give our bracket reveal. We'll give our picks. And yeah, this is exciting time for football.
Yeah, do we want to talk about the OU? Are we going down there at all?
I want to go down there. I want to go down
Friday
there.
night?
I have a tailgate spot that
I'd be down to go
some
down there,
homies are
get
going
drunk,
to.
and just act as a Alabama fan.
Yeah, we can go down there and then potentially live stream the Miami Texas A&M game.
Facts.
Let everybody see how toxic of a fan I am.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Carson Beck throws 1 interception, and I'm just gonna sit there and scream that it should have been Mendoza that they signed.
Yeah.
It's great.
Great content right
Great
there.
content.
You're
Yeah.
going to yell, fire them all.
Yeah, I'll probably at one point, depending on how the game goes, I'll either say fire them all, cut them all, take their scholarships. Yeah,
Hey, what happened?
those words will be said.
We should
in
do
some combination.
anytime Texas A&M scores, you have to take 2 shots.
Oh God,
Oh, no, we're not doing that.
bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, what
Why?
happens?
I thought Miami's
What
gonna
happens
beat
with
them.
me as an OU fan and my team sucks? What do I do?
You normally just admit it.
No, but what happened? What happened at the South Carolina game last year?
Oh, that was bad.
Oh yeah, you were in the stands saying like, "Cut that kid."
My
He
first
doesn't need
ever-
to be here.
Yeah,
He
First
doesn't
ever
deserve
college
to be
football
here.
game.
that was Nate's first ever. Yeah, and got
So we all do
got
it.
absolutely.
We all have our moments of like being just hate filled towards our own team.
Yeah, you got to hate against your
toxic
team.
fans.
mean,
Yeah,
They don't get the
I mean, I'll
job
tell
done.
you.
I've said a lot of negative things about Cristobal, but the one thing about Cristobal is he has gone on these last 2 weeks and he has advocated for Miami. Did you see the?
We all know that you
see-
said bad things because like a year ago,
Well,
you
I'll
said
probably-
you fire him.
I'll probably still say the same thing next year. Who knows? But when he was getting interviewed on ESPN, in the background, he had C.J. Daniels' one-hand catch. Not even on just the still image on the TV.
Bet that.
As they're talking about Miami and Notre Dame and
About that.
Miami and Bama.
smart.
In the background, it's C.J. Daniels' one-hand catch before halftime.
That's
That is
smart.
savage as fuck.
was a good
I
catch.
love it. That gained Cristobal 100 points for me. Still got to take care of business next year, win the ACC championship because you got lucky this year. You beat Notre Dame. It's a good win.
He's got to
That's
get
what
his
got
teams.
you in.
He's got to get his teams up for games, those sleeper ACC games.
I agree.
yeah.
But it's all right. Made the playoffs this
In
year.
the playoffs, we'll see what they.
Miami has
They
a
do
chance to
come
compete for
next
the national
Saturday.
title, so that's
Cam
pretty cool.
Ward, this was a redemption for Cam Ward. There's a Cam Ward, his documentary is on Tubi. They've been promoting the hell out of
watches
it.
Tubi?
This was redemption for Cam Ward not playing in the college football playoff last year.
That is facts.
Because we should have been watching Cam Ward play.
How many losses did y'all have last year?
2.
See,
Y'all
that's
finished
crazy.
10-2.
Yep, but they didn't play Notre Dame.
Yeah,
That's what helped them was playing in Notre Dame.
in that head-to-head. Yeah. What?
And that's why
Tubi.
we play the games, because head-to-head matters. And that should be the closing into the podcast.
Yeah, Texas head-to-head matters, and you lost.
Facts.
decided on the football field. What streaming service was that on?
Tubi.
To be or not to be? Go ahead, bub.
All right, yeah. All right, we'll see y'all next week. This is Any Given Weekend, and let's have
Let's have a weekend.